Come with 9 before in the family as we take a trip deep into Northwest Wales to visit Caernarfon Castle. The most expensive castle ever built by an English king, Caernarfon is one of the greatest medieval fortresses in all of Britain. When my family came to visit me from America, I can think of no better place to take them than the most majestic English castle deep in the heart of Wales. So sit back and relax and come along with us as we tour Caernarfon Castle.
Oh wow, I thought it was large from the outside, but guys, as we enter the inside of this castle, you can see how truly magnificent large it is. It reminds me very quickly of Kenilworth, but on a much larger and grander scale. Wow, look at this lock on this door. This massive castle, as beautiful as it is, was clearly built for defendable fortifications. You can see the arrow slit windows all the way up. You know, that's just so they could fire out and you'd have a hard time firing back in. Anyone who gained access to this courtyard would be vulnerable to having arrows rain down on them from all directions. Whereas those in the side of the walls would be safe and much more protected.
It's interesting that the arrow slits also face to the interior of the castle and not just the outside. So they really planned when they built this castle for massive fortifications and defensibility.
Let's do this. Let's see how this lift works. This looks cool. Yeah, everyone can't get on the granny lift. But let's see if we get the babies on the granny lift.
Cool. It's really sensitive though. Wheelchair thing. I don't want to ride the wheelchair thing.
Too bad.
You can walk.
Can I go with the baby?
Come on, let's go back next time.
Oh, walk on the bus. Baby.
When you come up here, you're supposed to take the up here
Well, that's very impressive. We've been in a lot of castles. We've never been in any castle with a disabled accessible, wheelchair accessible, stroller accessible chair lift before. That's really wonderful. There's a beautiful ledge. You can see this is a modern addition, but oh wow, look at this. And from this vantage point, you get a beautiful view out over the countryside and the town. Let's go into the fortifications and kind of take a look. Here's inside of a open area. This could have been a bakery. That could definitely have been a hearth that Blair's mother just disappeared into. I'm pretty sure that was a hearth. And here is a perfect example of those arrow slits. And you could hardly hit someone. It's barely wide enough for me to get my hand in, but you could get an arrow pointed out here, and you could attack anyone on the ground, but they almost could not attack you. They would have to have been a very good shot to get an arrow back into here to hit you. So let's proceed a ways down the fortifications. Again, every step I take inside of this castle is just reaffirming how magnificently it was built and how purpose-built it was for the objective of defending territory and conquering territory.
Construction of Caernarfon Castle began in the year 1283 and ended in the year 1330, although much of the castle was never completed. We spent several hours roaming through the walled passages of the castle, admiring the architecture, and for a moment stepping back into the lives of the men who used to call this castle home. Designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1986, Caernarfon Castle is massive and expansive, and you really need many hours if you truly want to enjoy your experience at the castle.
written in both Welsh and English. Okay. This is truly a large and magnificent castle with numerous rooms and twists and turns. So even if you gain access to the interior, you probably quickly become lost as you work your way through the cavernous rooms, tight turns, and sharp stairs. Let's continue up this tower and see where this goes. This tight spiral staircase. I've been in many of these at this point. Most notably, the Sagrada Familia. This isn't the top?
That ain't the top.
Don't do that. That's how we all walk towards you. Hi, Daddy.
Oh my goodness. That is.
This is so.
Wow.
I like the Sagrada Familia though.
How'd you get up here so fast? It's a magnificent but challenging climb. The views are stunning.
Roaming around Caernarfon Castle, one thing was obvious: you have to be sure-footed and you have to wear nice closed-toe shoes because the steps are uneven. I know that's part of the fortifications, but it could also mean that it'd be likely for you to trip if you're not being very careful.
Safety features?
The castle is big, it's inviting, it's accessible, so it's a great day out for the family to explore all the towers, to look around, to see more of Wales.
It's incredibly difficult to walk up here. There's a slight slope, and if you didn't have this rail, you would likely fall as you try to go around the tower here.
One of the highlights of the day was finding a baby seabird. Nuzzled in amongst the rocks, until it moved, it was nearly invisible.
Queen's Tower. Queen's Tower.
Traversing the walls and towers of Caernarfon Castle is like moving through a long, slow obstacle course. There are a lot of steps, twists, and turns, up and down. You have to be in pretty good shape to move your way all the way through the castle. But when you do finally make it to the top platforms at the top of the steps, you are rewarded with magnificent and beautiful views across northern Wales. Caernarfon Castle has banded stonework and polygonal towers reminiscent of Roman buildings. It's possible that the builders built the castle to invoke a sense of grandeur for King Edward I, to make him feel as though he is successor of legendary emperors and heroes.
I wonder if this is a privy of the Jakes. Could be. Looks like a privy.
As beautiful as the sights at the tops of the towers are, you pay for those sights and views on the way down, because the only way down is by this spiral staircase.
In some other castle that every time you went in the tower, you had to go all the way to the bottom.
Yeah, I remember that. This one's different. It's connected. I mean, I feel like I'm in an ant hive.
Yeah, it's definitely like that castle. Look at that. The beast shadow. The beast.
The Disney?
It was based off of like Disney.
Oh boy, look at this. It gets really dark in here. Okay. It's fine. And here we are. Back out.
To see.
Look at this. So if you go down, you'll just end up down here.
Yeah, this is the well tower.
The well tower.
It's a maze. There was a dead end that way.
So where are we going?
We had to find it. Oh my god.
Spending time far away was never what I meant to do for us. Even though you're okay, I wish that I could give you all of me for you to save. When it gets dark, I'll take the blame for what we are. Not sure that we can keep getting robbed of emotion. Bide our time and proceed.
So after several hours of roaming around the castle, we decided to finally go out and explore the small town that sits around the castle, looking for fish and chips and something really great to eat. It took us a while to work our way out of the castle, but this is a little bit of that experience as we finished up the day in Caernarfon.
So this is the street right outside the castle, selling local wares, Welsh wares. This is such a beautiful day, guys. It's a wonderful town. Great seaside experience. We're on the way to find a pub to get some great food to go along with the castle experience.
Caernarfon is a small port town with a population right under 10,000. The castle and the walled section of the town is all a part of the World Heritage Site. With a long and storied past and history, today visiting the town is a great complement to visiting Caernarfon Castle. We found the small port town to be charming, with seagulls wheeling around overhead, friendly people, and wonderful wares for sale. We asked the locals for great locations of places to eat. They told us we got mixed up and didn't follow those right directions, so we wandered around Caernarfon for a really long time before we finally found a great restaurant. We had a wonderful meal, a lot of fish and chips, and a really great family experience. If you ever find yourself in Northwest Wales, go visit Caernarfon Castle. It's a wonderful castle and a great location. You really can enjoy yourself there. And if you have even more time, visit Caernarfon and Conwy Castle. Both are really beautiful, built by King Edward I, and they're all a part of the same UNESCO World Heritage Site. So hey guys, if you like this content, be sure to like and subscribe. Follow along. We love going to wonderful places and we love to have you along with us. So until next time, take care.